All right, everyone, welcome back after a months and months hiatus to Call of Cthulhu. This is episode 3, and we know it has been a hot minute, so we are going to absolutely remind you as to what happened. But before we get started tonight, welcome to Adventures on Tap. I am Kat Trabolski, your keeper for tonight, and we are playing for Child's Play Charity. It is a charity that helps individuals who are hospitalized in children's hospital get access to games and to gamify their learning. During our stream tonight, there's a big purple button below the stream that says donate to charity. If you donate at any point, we'll get a notification and you get a shout out for your contribution. Also, as you watch, you accrue for free channel points. Feel free to use those at any time to highlight a message you want to see, unlock a new emote. We do have a Cthulhu one now. Or put it towards community challenge where you can impose advantage or disadvantage on a player. Now, that is something that we are going to be doing tonight, but it is actually me as the player. So all the scary things will get advantage or disadvantage, not our own players. Cthulhu's hard enough. Also, before we get started, we're going to go around to each of our players, find out who they are, what character they're playing, and what they are drinking tonight. We are going to start with the one, the only Skylar. If you can introduce yourself and tell us what you're drinking this evening.
Hello, everybody. I'm Skylar. I am with the Twitch channel Stronghold D&D, Stronghold Gaming. I am playing Gideon Thorne, the author, and tonight I am drinking Celsius because I have to work in an hour and a half. And you can see us on Sundays at 2 p.m. and every other Wednesday and Thursday at 8:30. Yeah.
All right, we are moving now to our dear friend. Let's see who's my next victim. Ryder, you get to go next.
Hello, my dears. It's nice to be here tonight. I am, as Kat said, Ryder Blue. If you are an AOT customer, I am the small guy that gets up on a chair and yells at everyone. I am from my house and nothing else of significant interest. I am tonight drinking a lovely little cocktail called a Martinez, which is something that I learned tonight from the dregs of what remained in my liquor cabinet. It's a Manhattan, but with gin. It's not anything special. My character is Dr. Ichnabod Olzabel, the greasiest, wettest, most disgusting psychoanalyst that you have ever met in your entire life.
Don't beat yourself up. You're great.
That will bring us to Ben. If you can introduce yourself, what you're drinking, and your character.
Hi, I'm Ben, and I am spilling Schilling's Jacobus out of New Hampshire. And I am playing William Cheap, a normal, just your average French guy. You know, just normal, super normal guy on a train.
All right, Nick, take it away.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm from here, and I've been here the whole time. I'm drinking the Kielbasa King out of Chicago, but I bought it locally from a box store. So I am playing Aziz Hassan, the street punk that is here to steal everyone's stuff.
Incidentally, Kielbasa King is what we called you in high school.
More like Little Smoky.
Okay, Cammy.
Hi, I'm Cammy, and I don't want to be here. I'm with Adventures on Tap. I'm one of those people. I am drinking a Martinez. It's purely coincidental. I'm certainly not drinking it with Bohane Gin, just like Ryder. Coincidentally, from I think what is it? The only master female
It is
master
the
gin
first
distiller.
and only female master gin distiller in the country of Ireland.
So, Bohane
Nice.
Gin.
Bohane began
Martinez.
production in 2018, I want to say. It is already a double gold winner. It's a really fantastic gin if you guys can get your hands on it.
Thank you for
So
pitching.
So
This
you're not
excellent gin.
drinking Vienna sausage water.
I work at Total Wine, so
He works at Total Wine now.
I work at
But that's what I'm drinking. And tonight I am playing Amélie Ferrand, I think.
Mhm.
Or there's been multiple episodes, so I'm playing
Claire,
somebody
we're
who
not
at some point
Or
was
maybe
introduced.
Claire. It's ambiguous. At this
Somebody who was introduced certainly as Amélie Ferrand, assistant to the movie star Claire Martin. I'm French.
And that brings it back to me. Hi, I'm still Kat, still the keeper. I am drinking tonight a very, very, very old, found in the back of the fridge, Down East cranberry.
Ooh.
It is at least from Thanksgiving, if not older. Question mark on how it's gonna go.
Girl.
Well, you gotta crack it. We have to start the show with.
Okay.
I know the rules of
So-
our stream,
gotta
but
know.
please.
Gotta know.
Well, we're gonna see who's gonna win, the stanky cider or me. I honestly think it's gonna be okay. All right, so we are
Cranberry
going to. It's great. All right, everyone, on the count of 3, if you can raise a glass, and those of you at home, please feel free. And at the end of 3, we say to adventure. So let's get this started. 1, 2, 3. To adventure.
Adventure.
That is.
Oh, fuck, that's better than I thought it would be.
That's old, and there's a cough drop
Ooh.
in my mouth.
Ooh.
All right.
Go swap realsies, kitty
Yeah.
cat.
Yeah.
No,
that's
I have water, but I think it's my penance for leaving it. I gotta finish it. So everyone, for tonight, since we haven't played Cthulhu in a hot minute, we're gonna give you a little bit of recap of what happened last time. So last we saw our victims. They were aboard the Orient Express. The Orient Express was parked because of a blizzard and a snowstorm. We introduced all of our characters along with a gentleman named Maurice. And through some odd social interactions, it was determined that Maurice was having some nightmares. And Ichnabod and Gideon Thorne were trying to pull apart what these nightmares were about. It seems that Ichnabod knew a little bit more about it. And unfortunately, as things unraveled, maybe it's more than a nightmare. Maybe it's a curse. Everyone went to bed for the evening, and they were awoken to a terrible, terrible scream of someone walking in on Maurice, who was dead. And this is a very weird sentence, in our wettest episode ever, a variety.
It was wet. It was very.
There was
a
a lot of
variety
moisture. Yeah.
of our victims here came across the corpse and vomited. The carpet was wet. There was a lot of blood. And it was determined that the heart was actually missing from Maurice, and a black scarab beetle was in its place. From
Who barfed?
everybody.
I don't remember anybody barfing.
Amelie barfed.
Mr.
Yeah,
William
there was a lot of
barfed out the window.
barfing.
I remember William barfing out the window. I don't remember Amelie barfing.
And then we very vividly described barfing on that barf.
Oh, she
and
did.
a whiff of that barfy barf.
Right.
Making
It was
barf.
Yeah.
a barf. It was a
Yeah.
barf parfait.
It was a really bile episode.
Now that we've retouched that,
Hey. That's
So
good
if
to have
you
back
missed it, it's like you were there.
there was also some squelching. Yeah, it was real gross.
Yeah, just imagine the smell and you got it.
Mm-hmm.
This, again, wettest episode ever. So also Aziz now seems to have the curse. Also some new shoes that were gifted. Aziz is now having visions, and where we cut off last time, Amelie and Mr. William Cheap were in our storage car, and Mr. William Cheap saw a container with a red slash on it and rolled real low, just real low. And so I just want to, for everybody to kind of get back a little bit in character and whatnot, we are going to do some quick flashbacks before we jump on in to see who dies first.
Yeah.
I hope it's
For-
me.
For those of you listening along at home, as we play today, I will remind you guys of the rule set if you're not familiar with Cthulhu. It is a D100 system. So let's start with Mr. Cheap. You see the crate in front of you. It's about 3 crates up, 2 to the left. Really dusty, red slash on it. And you're instantly brought back to the missive that was sent to you. You remember reading it on a bench, and it was cryptic, but at the same time, you figured you had to comply. Agent Cheap, despite our previous agreement and your service to the Crown, we require your assistance on a pressing matter. A dangerous weapon has been uncovered, and it is of utmost importance that you accompany it to London. The specifics of the weapon remain unclear. However, our contacts report that is contained in a vessel approximately the size of a hat box. Previous attempts to examine it have resulted in missing agents. Under no circumstances should you open the container. Your task is to protect it and deliver it to headquarters. Enclosed, you will find tickets to board the Orient Express in Istanbul. Currently, the itinerary indicates that the weapon will be loaded in Istanbul, and the train's route will end in Paris. Upon your arrival in Paris, further directions will be provided. Stay vigilant. It's at this moment where you see the box. It's too large to be a hat box, but it's possible that it's inside. Before we take off there, Amelie, you remember back speaking with Claire on the side and coming up with an idea. Your sales for movies are starting to dip as you age, but a lot of female actresses are moving more towards the mystery and horror genre, and the more that they transition, the more the sales rise. And Claire knows of an author, Gideon Thorne. He writes wonderful novels, and if you could find him and get in good with him, maybe he could put your name forward for one of the adaptations of one of his upcoming novellas. Maybe this is your way to transition to a new genre of film. And you know he's going to board the train, and you have tickets in Istanbul. And if you have Claire there to push you, maybe, you know what? Maybe you should be Claire. You get to be the one who makes the decisions. You get to be the one to make the schedule. Claire can live the high life for a short minute, but you can negotiate your own deals. You don't need her anymore. And you think about this when you realize, but she was here. That had to have been real. Where did she go? Aziz, you now having this curse and seeing the red slash often in your mind's eye every time you close your eyes, remember feeling cold, which was strange because the weather was usually warmer, and you knew when they put you on this train, there would be moments of cold in the snow, but it wasn't something you were used to. Just a cold shiver down your spine as the train ticket was put in your hand. And as you think about it, and they gave you the train ticket, there was something on that man's wrist. It was like a little beetle with little footprints, a tattoo or a marking that went all the way up his forearm, under his shirt, and you couldn't see it anymore. And it almost looked like in between the footprints, there was that red slash that you see every time you blink. And maybe this was on purpose. Maybe you're not supposed to get the artifact. Maybe they just wanted a victim on the way to keep it fed. Gideon, you remember getting a letter from Maurice. he had told you he was having strange dreams. He wasn't sure if there was something there for your next novel, but he was a little concerned because he had recently met a doctor who was very familiar with this subject and very familiar with the dreams. And he'd been helping them pull them apart and make sense of what was going on. But at the same time, Maurice had done his due diligence, and it seems like most of the patients that this doctor has seen are no longer with us. Obituary after obituary follows. And he just wanted another set of eyes and trusted your opinion. And if you could come with him, maybe there's something for you to write about, but just more as a friend than anything else, having another set of eyes. Ichnabad, you lost another one, and it's just frustrating. This is probably the 4th or 5th. Ever since you heard about this weird dream, you have nothing to do with these deaths. You're just trying to figure out what's going on. And the second you find someone and finally get them to open up to you and finally get to go farther in the dream, one step farther, the same thing happens every time. You show up to talk about the dream the night before, and the coroner's there, and you're roped off. You've never got to see any of the bodies. You've never got to see the last of the writing. They're just gone. And this time you found a way to be with Maurice 24/7. You're going to be on a train. No coroners, no interruptions. You get to see what he's dreaming and have encouraged him to keep a journal. This time you're going to figure out what happens. For all of you, the box almost pulsates, and the only ones who see it are Amelie and Mr. Cheap. But for a moment, all of you almost feel your heart skip a beat. And it's weird. It's almost like you were holding your breath for a second, and all of a sudden you feel cold. Aziz, it's that very similar feeling down your spine. I would like all of you to make a sanity roll for me.
First roll of the night. Which?
All right, and how do I play Call of Cthulhu?
So for a sanity
You're going to roll a
roll,
D20.
you're going to roll a D100, and you want it to be below your sanity score.
What if it is our sanity score?
So if it is your sanity score, you have a certain amount of luck points. And none of you have used them. I'm very disappointed.
I've used a lot.
You can use your luck.
Too.
You can
with luck.
You can use those luck points to lower your roll number until it's just below. So if you want to use 1 luck point, you'll be below, and then you succeed.
So I think some of us took 5 sanity at the end of the first episode.
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, I did roll just below. I rolled a 54 and I have 55 total.
Okay. Did anybody fail? Okay. So I would like you to subtract 10 from your sanity.
Oof.
There we go.
I was gonna use some luck points.
Oh, you can go ahead. Yeah, if you want to use your luck to succeed, feel free.
So I rolled a 66, but my sanity is a 55, so I'm gonna use 11 luck points.
Okay, perfect.
Out of the 60 that I have.
You have to use 12.
I'm going to use 12 luck points out of the 60 that I have. Are we happy? Thank you, Nicholas.
I blindly trust you. I can't math.
Never mind. 11.
On this particular roll, are hard or extreme successes relevant? Because I did get a hard success. I don't know if that is going to matter. I got a 34 on an 80. So
beautiful. Anybody else have a extreme or hard success?
I had a 29 on 65.
Oh, yeah.
Snap.
Yeah, buddy. Hell yeah.
All right. So, because you had that success, you guys are actually going to start off tonight.
Hell yeah.
So,
nice.
The dream team, me and Gideon.
The dream team. Gideon and Ichnabod, you stand still by the corpse of Maurice. You have thoroughly examined it. You have touched the scarab, not with your hands. You were very careful to pull it out with a cloth and everything like that. The rest of the party has kind of dispersed to examine parts of the train. You do know from his journal writings that there is some sort of vessel to be looking for, but you have no idea where to start. This is the first time, though, since the death that you guys are alone together. A lot of the time, there's been someone coming in, running out. Yeah! It's time to get spicy in Cthulhu.
I'm
What happened to Aziz? Aziz was in the room with us. I don't remember what happened to him at the end of that.
no.
Me,
William, and Amelie were at the train cargo. I was right behind Mr. Cheap. I imagine I'm like trying to get between their coats right now to see whatever it is.
Okay, because you were there in the room with us when we pulled the scarab out of the man's torso.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we went to check the cargo.
Okay, cool. Sorry, it was like 40 years ago the last time we played, so I'm
Something
trying to get all the details in hand. Okay, hell yeah, sweet. That's the only question I had.
Doesn't help that this month has been 12 months long.
It feels like
It has been.
So, Gideon, you are currently holding the journal at this time. Ichnabod has looked at it, and you are now holding it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't read through it. Ichnabod, you have, correct?
Yes, I have.
I'm going to open it. Well, I've seen the other journal though. Correct? No, I haven't. No. I have seen the other journal, so I'm going to open up.
You have seen the other journal.
So I know that one was weird. It had a lot of, from what I remember, it had a lot of repetitive statements, a lot of
Sanskrit etchings, the whole shebang.
Yeah, Sanskrit etchings.
And we're just to clarify for both myself and the audience at home, we'll pretend the other journal you're referring to, that's the one that I found in the library car, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
The one with the red slash on the cover. Okay.
Right. So that's an ancient journal, and now we've got Maurice's journal. I'm going to open up the journal and start seeing what he went through.
Okay.
This one makes a lot more sense to you, but it's still really repetitive. The dream would always start the same. He has tried everything to make it go away. He's tried sleeping tonics. He's tried staying up. He's tried every medicinal thing under the sun to make the dream dissipate. But it's always the same. He falls asleep, and then he feels like there's something behind him. The presence gets worse, and it almost feels like it grows. Then there's a shadow, and he's too afraid to turn around. But every time he blinks, there's a red slash. And it's just the same thing over and over. But it becomes more frenzied as he's writing. It's almost like, same thing, still scary, this time worse. Like the fear intensifies. And it looks like, as you're kind of like flipping through it, he did get one more entry in before he passed. It looks like
what's the last entry?
He has had a dream that evening. You don't know if it was earlier in the evening or if he had written it moments before he passed, but this time he got up the courage to look behind him. And he tried to look through the scarab, and there was a bluish light, and he closed his eyes and he saw the red slash, and it was too much, and he woke up. But that's the closest he's ever come to looking at it.
Ichnabod, have you seen this last journal entry?
Ichnabod is sitting on the floor by the remains of Maurice after they have already extracted the scarab, which I think Aziz took the scarab with him, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Aziz took the scarab
Not
with
as
him.
far as I knew. I thought Dr. Olzabel still had it in a handkerchief.
Do I still have it?
I believe
I
so.
thought you took it with you.
Oh, you did examine it. That's my misunderstanding. Aziz did examine it, but you may still have it, Ichabod. Let's go with that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I mean, I can have it, but that's what we last talked about.
I probably doesn't matter.
Isn't
Well,
it
it's probably
covered in blood?
very important, but
It
whatever.
is. It is very covered in
And you're
blood.
just sitting in that. Okay, I just wanted to confirm for the audience
I mean,
at home.
he's not like sitting on his rump. He's like I don't know, kind of squatting down, and his shoes are definitely covered
The
trying to
detective
keep it up.
squad.
In the squelchy carpet. Yeah.
In the squelchy carpet. Yeah, he's Slav squatting in the squelchy carpet. We'll go with that.
Love it. Love it.
He's got the scarab in his hands. He's like turning it over and trying to look at the light through it from different angles. He says, "Oh yes, I did. I did read that final entry. It's fourth, fifth, perhaps now for me. It's always
What
the
do you make of
same,
it?
Gideon."
But what? Yeah. Okay. Well, yes. Clearly, you can't keep a patient alive. But what do you make of it?
Oh, Gideon, I am not a surgeon. I am not failing to save these people. I am facilitating their journeys into the unknown.
Yeah. Well, it would be great to know what's going on with them.
Oh, clearly they are.
Do you know what's going on?
No, of course not. I can make guesses, however. Can any man truly know what there is waiting for us beyond the wall of sleep, Gideon?
Yeah, probably not, but you're going to make a great character in my next novel.
There's no greater honor I could conceive of, Mr. Gideon, than that. But no, to answer your questions, sir, I have read the final entry, and it is a striking resemblance to the last few that I have lost. The pursuant through the dreams, the appearance of the scarab as a somnambulant iconography, we shall say. The appearance of the red slash right at the very end.
Right.
Though I believe dear
behind
Maurice,
him.
indeed, dear Maurice is the first man to do so. I wonder what that means.
Yeah, what about the blue light?
I do not yet know.
What do you make of the blue light?
I'm not certain, Mr. Gideon. He is the first, as I have said. I do not yet have any pieces of lore that I can connect to the concept of the blue light. If you would give me time, I'm sure I could find a little something.
I'm sure that scarab has something to do with it.
I'm certain that it does. So he is he's really investigating the scarab from every conceivable angle. Was this, I can't remember, what was the scarab made out of? Was this like a translucent material? Was this
No, it is all obsidian.
Okay.
Nice and
Obsidian,
solid.
that's right.
Okay.
I was going to say onyx, but obsidian. Okay.
Okay.
So it's glass.
Is there any
Glass
angle
scarab.
at which it is not solid all the way through? Is it perfect obsidian, top to bottom?
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. It looks like it was probably carved from one large piece.
Okay.
Does it look like the mummy, the scarab folded in, or is it like out like it was
Legs
walking?
out?
Its leggies are out.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry if I missed that.
That's the technical term, leggies.
Thank you.
Honestly, I was wondering the same thing. So.
Yep, leggies are out.
Leg is out. Okay. Solid obsidian all the way through.
When we dug it out of his chest, were those legs embedded on anything, or
Yep.
like holding on to ribs or something?
Yeah, it was in there.
Yeah, it was like clinging to the inside of the wound, as I recall.
Can I do a history roll
Yes,
on the scarab?
How? I would love nothing more.
Is there any kind of roll I could do relating to the blue flash?
I would love you
Like
to
a
roll occult.
Yeah, nice. Oh, yeah, dude. There we go. Okay.
So I literally just rolled a 12 on my history check, which is my 5th.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
I met my
Super
5th.
success.
exactly my
Yeah.
half at 27.
Okay. All right. So we'll start with Gideon. This scarab that you're seeing, why the hell was all of this iconography in Istanbul? This is something from Egypt.
Not
This is
Constantinople?
nope.
Can't resist.
This is definitely something that is very reminiscent of Egypt. You've seen a lot of this in museums, but also described in pharaohs' tombs, and it is supposed to be a sealing sort of apparatus, whether it seals a door, whether it seals a box, a sarcophagus. And the fact that it's not holding anything and its legs are open means that it's not currently sealing anything.
So whatever it was sealing is open.
Yup.
Gotcha. I will.
It
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Go with you, Cole.
excuse me, Ichnabod.
Yeah.
You looking at this as you're holding it and you tilt it. I mean, you can see maybe because it's so dark and so black that if there was a really pure light that hit it at an angle, I mean, I guess it could flash blue. But I mean, the same thing happened when you were in the car looking at the journals. There was a light, like a lantern, and it was just in the middle for light. And as it hit a lot of things a certain way, it just had that blue sheen to it. Just a very white light on black can often make it look blue.
Okay.
While
I
you
would-
two
yeah.
ponder that,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say to Ichabod, this is interesting. This should be holding something closed.
Mm.
Whatever this was protecting is probably what is causing all of this.
When I consider the matter, the significance of the blue flash, pure white light off a surface of black, perhaps the scarab was betwixt our dear friend and whatever threatened him. So, yes, I think you may be right. There may be a vessel yet that is unsealed. We may need
Possibly
to
on this train?
reunite the two pieces. Yes, sir. I think so.
Do we have a quest?
I believe we do have a quest, my dear sir. He
High
pulls a
five.
pipe out of his pocket, high fives him. Yeah. Quest time.
The quest is afoot.
Aziz, you are kneeling between a carton of cans and a bunch of almost like moving blankets, peering out the corner as you see Mr. Cheap kind of frozen for a moment. Amelie behind you. You see that box kind of pulse, and you close your eyes, and the red slash is a little bit bigger. You feel that cold chill. And I'm going to need the three of you that are in the storage car. I need to know your dex and your speed.
It's just the big number, right?
Mm-hmm.
My dex is 75.
Love
and
that.
my speed? Where do I find my speed? Is that a skill?
It should be at the very top. You know what? We're just going to use for this, as we have discussed, there are crazy rule sets for Call of Cthulhu. This is one of them where we're actually going to move with just the dex, a little bit of Cthulhu light, as it were, because the rest of that calculations is not going to make for a fun time. No math, more action. So 75 is your dex? Love it. Amelie, what's your
70.
dex?
70.
Okay. Mr. Cheap?
65.
Great news. We're going to do something called a chase. In Call of Cthulhu, it is dex based. You can have a chase be on foot, in a vehicle. But the basic premise at this point is that box is unbelievably terrifying. And we're going to see who gets away first. Aziz, because you have the best dex, you actually get to make the first move. You are Mr. Cheap is about 3/4 into the car. You're about halfway, and Amelie's about a quarter in. So you get to make the first move. You feel an unbelievable urge to get away.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Well, I will say that while I was distracted by the moving blankets, I was probably putting one over me. Like, these are fine, right? I was sleeping without a blanket mere hours ago. So I grabbed one and put it on me, so I look like that kid in the Banksy art with the snow boots and the cape made of a moving blanket. And I'm going to run. I'm going to run out the door. And me being a self-serving street kid, I'm going to shut the door behind me.
Okay. Amelie, you get a chance, especially being the second dex.
The sexiest.
Whoa.
I get it.
Whoa.
Thank you, Kat.
Whoa.
As opposed to
I'm
Ryder,
12.
who is the grossest.
She's the sex.
Yes, I am.
So the
Thank you.
sex pot over there. You can use your action to either follow Aziz out or hold the door with that dex.
Are we asking if I like this guy, Mr. Cheap?
No, I'm asking you whether or not you want to hold the door or just run.
Can I get further away if I don't hold the door?
No, you'll either make it through the door as Aziz is closing it, or you make it to the door and hold it. So you're either on the other side of it or this side.
I'll make it to the door and hold it because evidently I'm faster than Mr. Cheap, and I don't need to be faster than whatever's in the box. I just need to be faster than Mr. Cheap. So
True.
If I can keep him behind me, that's a barrier.
Okay.
Let's see. Am I rolling?
No, but what numbers did you get?
I mean, you are.
You are.
54.
Oh, that's a cool number. It doesn't mean anything. Okay. Mr. Cheap with the lowest dex and the farthest to go. What's happening?
You know, this is a scary moment. I feel something, I'm sure, but can I push through it? I'm here for a reason, and
Cthulhu's in front of you. Can I embrace him?
I would give him a snap.
I have 2 arms and a heart willing to hug.
I got 2 big hands and a heart pumping blood.
He must want to cut off something.
You know what? I would love just an overall constitution.
This is a roll against my own constitution?
So I need you to get under half your constitution in order to push through this.
Shit. All right. That's an 84 to 80.
Womp womp.
All right.
Would
well, not pushing through. That's what I call it.
All right. There's a slight move towards it, and then a rethinking that is like subconscious as I'm still like, I'm gonna grab the box. I'm gonna grab the box as my body's like turning and walking out of the room. I'm gonna grab that. Yeah, I'm coming back for that. I'll get that later. As I aim towards the door that's open.
I would like you, as you start to leave, you are moving, but it's one of those things like when you have a dream, like your legs are moving, but you're not going very far. It's almost like you're inching
I take longer,
forward.
faster steps.
I would love a sanity roll, my friend.
Okay.
Ooh, good luck.
My
We're counting on
better
you.
at this than me.
Shout out to Adventures on Tap in the chat who's doing the math for me.
That's a 100
Oh,
to 90.
perfect. I
Hell
love
yeah.
that. I love that for you. Can you do me a
Is
flavor?
that a super fail?
It is.
Super fail.
So I am gonna roll a d20, and you're gonna subtract that from your sanity.
Oofa doofa.
Okay.
That
A
is a
D20.
17.
One.
Oh,
17.
you looked
Going
in that
cuckoo
box.
banana
Ah,
pants.
Kill my
Your parents had a
stain!
sex or something.
God.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Good
Something wet.
Lord.
It's something wet. It's DM
Something
cat, so it's something fucking wet.
Subtracted.
Okay, perfect. So that's going to bring us back in the order to Aziz. You have tried to close the door. Amelie's holding it, and you feel okay now. You're far enough away that fear is gone. But you hear like scratching. It's very similar to the scratching you heard in the wall when you had your ear next to it, and it's louder. And it's louder, but there's nothing making the noise. Why is it so loud? You can barely hear yourself think.
All right. I'm going to like fall to the floor and put this moving blanket around my ears and just like in the corner now that I'm outside the door and just try and like wait till it goes away. Like a kid being kicked.
That's so sad. Okay. What a reaction. All right. Do you piss yourself too? Like, I mean, where are we going with this? Oh, okay. Let's roll for piss.
Yeah, I pissed myself. I rolled a 94.
Because let's
yeah,
just
right.
make it wetter. Why not? Why not?
Right,
Why
yeah,
not? Why not
yeah.
more wet?
We need more
things,
moisture
Dad?
in this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, when's the
Is
snow
amazing.
melting?
Is the ground wet here? So we're starting to hear that scratch again. Ocular pat down of the space.
Jesus Christ.
How wet is it, Cat?
I'm sorry. I live in Philadelphia, and I just can't. All right. Thank you for the ocular pat down.
It really resonated with you. Yeah.
Just all the time. All right. So for those of you who don't know, Always Sunny is a reference. There we go. It's not wet
It is
where
now.
you are, but you can feel that like the boards beneath you, they were nice and sturdy and it was fine. It was just a solid floor. It now almost feels like little branches underneath. It's starting to crack and crumble, and it feels like it could break beneath you. And it's cold on the floor, colder on the floor than it is by your head.
Oh, don't worry, little kid. You'll be. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Amelie, you
Go have a
see
cigarette and come back.
you see Aziz on the floor, kind of fetal position. You see William kind of turn and then start walking, but kind of glance at the floor. There's nothing wrong with the floor. He's just like staring at it and kind of moving his feet really slowly.
I'm like a cat making biscuits.
So am I still like terrified and running, or like what's going on?
The fear feeling has passed, but now you're seeing two very strange realities on either side of the door.
Like well, I kept the door open, so I'm looking at Mr. Cheap acting like the floor doesn't work. And I'm looking at this icky street rat in shoes that don't fit him, hiding under a moving blanket. And I'm not scared of anything. So it was like kind of like that thing where you walk into a dark room and you get that like startle sensation and you run, but it's gone now.
Yeah.
So something scared me, but it's not scary anymore. But these two are being fucking weirdos about it. Let me check my sheet. Yeah, I'm not that fucking smart. I'm like kind of smart, but I'm not that smart. So I'm gonna go back in and look back at the box because let's just fucking ball. We got 2 sessions left. I'm gonna walk back towards Mr. Cheap where he's walking kind of weird, and go look back at this box.
It is at that point where Gideon and Ichnabad, you on your mission start going forward to start looking at cars. Are you going to head towards the like library hangout car or back towards the dining car and the storage?
I would imagine we would probably try to go towards where everybody else was going, just to see.
You know which direction. Yeah, they made it very blatant that they were going to go towards the storage car. So you head in that direction and you see Aziz crouching on the ground, rocking back and forth. You see Amelie, but just the outline of her kind of like in the door heading back in. And you can see, because the door is still being held open by her hip, the outline of Mr. Cheap farther in. And you come across this. Just so I know, what's your dex?
Oh, terrible. 35.
Yeah.
Thank you.
45.
Nerds.
We are the
So
most
what do you do when you come across this?
I'm gonna look back. I imagine I'm in front.
Probably.
I'm gonna look back at
Bigger
Ichnabad
than me.
and go, "This? What the hell happened? What happened here?"
Are you saying that out loud in the car?
I am saying that out loud.
You'll see Aziz peek out from underneath the moving blanket with red, crying eyes and just look at you and go, "Run!"
What? Run? Run! I don't run from anything.
It's everywhere. The scratching, it's everywhere. And he's just
you can't even hear your own voice. It is so loud, it is drowning out your own voice.
Yeah.
You guys just hear him talking.
Yeah, I look at Ichnabad as like, interesting.
I've certainly never seen it progress quite this fast before, but I don't think I've seen anyone have direct contact with one of the icons either. Fascinating turn of events, don't you think?
It is. Let's continue.
Of course. And Ichnabad at least will advance forward towards where Mr. Cheap is.
Okay.
Do we
Amelie,
hear this back and forth?
You hear the conversation, absolutely.
And I know I just took a sanity test, but am I hearing this, or am I?
You're hearing the conversation. You're hearing the conversation, but you're really like, this floor could break at any moment. You have to be really careful.
Gotcha.
And Amelie is starting to come towards you.
It's like, Amelie,
I look up and just kind of step out of the way as she begins to pass, because I'm not really making progress leaving. And I don't want to leave. My conscious doesn't want to. My subconscious wants to get the fuck out.
I'll put
Gideon,
my hand
what were you
on
saying?
Amelie's shoulder. I put my hand on Amelie's shoulder and go, like, what just happened in here? What's going on? What happened? Why is Aziz crying on the floor?
I do not know.
Hank, thank you.
Oh, Hank. Why is Hank on the floor?
I do not know, because he is a little boy and he has used. How do you say? He has made the water in his pants, and
Ooh, that's why it smells. Okay.
then it is that we saw this box, and she kind of looking with like one hand, like her head cocked to the side, kind of transfixed. Like, we have seen this box, and it is like the comme un cœur, like the heart.
You follow her gaze, and Gideon, you see a box. It's looks dusty and old. It's just a crate, but it has that red slash on it, the same as the journal that Ichnabod showed you.
I'll point it out to Ichnabod, like Ichnabod, and I'll point over to it.
Oh, I see it.
Of course you do.
Where's William at this point?
William, so the way it stands is Box, William, Amelie and Gideon, Ichnabod, Aziz.
Okay. Ichnabod will walk past Amelie and Gideon, and he'll kind of drift up next to William, put a hand on his shoulder, right next to the box, and he'll say, "Why, good young sir, what seems to be the matter with you?"
The floor is awfully wet.
Many things, aren't they?
I'm just. You can feel as you put your hand on my shoulder. I'm still slightly moving back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like what, and I'm acknowledging, but
So Ichnabod, you have a hand on William's shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And your other hand is just at your side, holding the journal.
Holding the scarab. Yeah.
I've got the journal.
Yep.
And okay. The scarab is skittering in your palm.
Okay.
Its little legs are just moving back and forth.
Okay. So to clarify, I've got it in a kerchief.
I know, but you can
kind of like in a pinch grip on the
but
body.
It's trying to wiggle
yeah.
back and forth, just vibrating more than anything.
Now, isn't that interesting? Now, Mr. Cheap, what do you make of this, do you think?
I look at your rock beetle. and I mean, inside my head, I just think that's pretty dry in comparison. As I'm still like, what the hell?
That's pretty dry.
You know, it is interesting when you think about it, how much of life is fundamentally built upon the premise of being wet, right? Everything that breathes life throughout our body from head to toe, it's wet. Blood is wet. Bile is wet. Our saliva is wet. We come into this world wet. It's mighty abnormal to be alive and be dry at the same time, ain't it, sir? I think you should step back, young man.
I pull my gun on
the
bud.
Oh,
okay.
Mr. Cheap, you can't kill me in any way that matters. It's not going to change a damn thing. You're still going to be you.
Characters.
Hmm?
Is that fair to say we're all here playing characters? What do you know?
Oh, probably a little more than you yourself do. I came here as many men do. I came here following a trail of breadcrumbs, like Hansel and Gretel, running from the witch. I think I'm running from a witch of some kind too. Maybe you're running toward one. It's kind of what it feels like to me. I'm just a scientist, Mr. Cheap, a doctor. I'm one that wants to understand the world around him, and even more so, wants to understand the world that exists above and below him, in places we cannot hope to reach in the waking world. There is a wall, Mr. Cheap. There's a wall that separates the waking from the sleeping. And you and I, and our dear dead friend, Mr. Maurice, we stand at the precipice between these two existences. Mr. Cheap, you are looking at me for answers, and I do not yet have them, but I fully intend to acquire them. Why else would I be here? Why else would you be here? That gun tells more of a story than your mouth does, boy.
Gideon, this is the you notice the gun, but you see it now. And the situation has changed. This has gone from fearful and conversational to now there's an active threat.
Is Williams back towards me?
I will say, Gideon Thorne, you are being clocked right now as he's finishing this. I'm turning to say something to you just slightly. So you are kind of in my peripheral.
His back is to you. However, Ichnabod did say gun.
Right. Well, I'm saying like if I see a gun while his back is towards me, I would immediately go to disarm him.
Okay.
Not shoot him, not pull my gun,
but
immediately try to disarm him.
Just disarm. Ichnabod, while this is happening, you get a split second of seeing Gideon come towards Mr. Cheap. Do you do any reaction in this time? Do you back up? Do you let it happen?
Interesting. I'll stop miming holding the scarab. You guys know I'm holding the scarab in my hand. I forgot why I was holding my hand like that. I don't know. It's gone now. Oh, how weird.
Gone.
I know. It disappeared. Wild.
My God, close up magic.
No, this isn't the first time I set a gun on him. He doesn't want to make any sudden movements. Even if he sees Gideon, I think he's going to maintain eye contact with William until such a time as Gideon is close enough, and then he'll probably kind of like try to like move to the side as Gideon makes contact, but he's not going to give any sign.
Okay. I would like, so this is going to be a contested roll, and whoever has the lower number is the better one. So I would like Gideon to roll strength, and I would like William to roll power.
What do I roll, Cat?
Nothing.
Oh, womp womp.
Whatever your heart desires.
All right. I'm going. Actually, I'm not going to use any luck. 27 on.
So this is not a success or fail thing. It's just lower number.
27.
Okay.
83.
You rolled so high.
God,
I'm really good
God, Ben.
at high rolls.
Fighting for it tonight, bud.
All right. Well, Gideon, you can easily disarm Mr. Sheep. And you have the gun in your hand. And while this is going on, the box with the slash in front falls forward. There's nothing over there.
What do you mean there's nothing over there?
Everybody, like, there's nothing that pushed it. It just kind of slumped forward.
Falls over. Gotcha.
It flopped over of its own accord.
Yeah.
As I disarm him, I'm going to clock him in the back of the head to basically knock him out, take out the threat. This is my military side cup, the World War One thing coming out.
Does it sound wet when you hit him? How wet does it sound when you hit the back of his head?
Absolutely not.
I have dry brain.
I think it depends on how
the driest scalp in Vienna.
Aziz, the scratching it's quieting and it's more rhythmic. And you need that scarab that Ichnabod has. You need it. It's going to make it so much quieter and easier for you.
In the immortal words of Talladega Nights, I'm going to come at you like a spider monkey.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to come out from my moving blanket and just single goal in mind now that I know this, and slash at his wrist with a dagger and try and get it.
Weapons. Fun. So, for those of you who are unfamiliar with fighting in Call of Cthulhu, there's some rules for that, just like everything else. Ta-da! It is not that bad. So basically, what is going to happen is, Aziz, you are going to roll a D100. Peas.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I would like you to give us that number. A 1. Holy
0,
fuck.
0, and 0, 1.
Hey, Ichnabod.
No, I'm good.
Get him, boy.
I'm not going to roll. Whatever you're about to ask me, I'm not going to roll.
Well,
I forego this roll, whatever it is.
there is no roll. I was going to ask you, what is your max HP?
9.
Okay. So you lose 1 point of HP.
Yep.
It's one of those things where you kind of compare the numbers. So he gets you. He gets you good, right in the wrist.
Okay.
I will let you, though, roll strength to hold on to the scarab.
Can I just give it to him? Like, I don't want to
yeah.
roll. I just think it's more interesting if Aziz gets the scarab.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So you drop it. Aziz, scarab's in fair play, but it is now undressing itself from the rag and like skittering forward towards the box.
Undressing.
Well, it's wrapped up, so it's kind of like getting out of the cloth.
Thank you, Ben. I just wanted to make sure that we chose the right verb.
Right.
That's,
Right.
I mean, that's what Ichnabod would have done with it anyway.
So
Yeah.
The
I know
scarab
that. I
does a
believe
nice.
Yeah, it
little
hasn't
rust
really
back.
changed. Yeah, it hasn't really changed anything for him.
So I know that I know, in my brain that the scarab needs to go back in the box.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing that's happening to me tells me I need to hold the scarab.
No, now that he doesn't have it, you're like, oh, cool, it's going back to the box. He just couldn't be holding it. He was keeping it from its path. And so you had to go get it.
Okay. I'm gonna scramble around on the ground, like trying to get it off the ground.
Okay.
Like a kid after a coin or something. And once I have it, I'm going to just like chuck it at the box.
Okay.
And the whole time I'm just going to be saying, it needs to go in the box. It needs to go in the box.
Amelie, you see him scrambling around and going to throw the scarab. You have about a split second. Your dex is a little bit better than his. Do you do
It is
anything or
not.
you just...
I have a 75. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, you just took a turn, so...
Get fucked.
Yeah. My dex
Say
is
that
only
then.
70. I don't know if that impacts it.
Yeah, it kind of does, actually. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, Aziz, you throw it. Now, Amelie, you have a chance to react. It has been thrown.
Okay. What am I rolling here?
Nothing. What do you want to do? The floor is yours. There are, let's see, a gun was pulled. Somebody got hit. Now we have a knife fight. There's a scarab being thrown. I hope she's sneezing as I stall for time.
Yeah, she's blowing up out there.
Oh, perfect. And you're muted.
Yeah,
Muted.
Tammy, you're still muted, sugar.
Nope.
Still muted.
My headphone
Tap.
died. Me now?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I can.
Ah.
Oh, thank you.
There
Does
we
it sound
go.
like shit?
It's okay.
I'll
We'll
take
come
this turn.
back.
Yeah.
We'll come back to you. Mr. Cheap, you just got wailed in the head. You are kind of maintaining consciousness. You don't have your gun. There's now a small child scrambling on the floor in front of you. You see Ichnabod's back, and you're kind of being half held up by Gideon a little bit. He's about to drop you on the floor. You get a chance to react to Aziz.
All right, so wait, I'm partially restrained by Gideon.
Yeah.
Aziz is crawling across the ground.
He just threw the scarab towards the box.
From the ground.
Ichnabod
Yeah.
has been cut.
Yeah.
All
He
right,
doesn't seem that bothered
that
about it,
sounds
though.
like Gideon's
For what-
behind me and Ichnabod's in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm already getting picked up. I raise my legs and kick Ichnabod, and hopefully
Okay.
launch Gideon backwards to land on him.
That's kick-ass,
Cinematic
actually.
as fuck.
Let's see if you can roll.
Oh boy.
The odds are
I
not in your
can
favor.
roll.
Okay, I'm gonna need you
Can't get
to roll.
numbers that are good.
I'm gonna need strength, and it's gonna have to be crazy.
Oh,
All right, like at
Yeah.
least 100.
My
No.
size,
Yeah,
my
100.
size is.
I'm on it. I'm
That's
on
what
it.
you want.
Hey,
Get it, baby.
William.
Yeah,
what's,
I'm not
what's
even-
your size? What's your size?
Which one?
Size. Your main number.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Which
your
one?
downstairs size.
Around
65
not
is my
length.
downstairs.
Yeah, there you go.
300 is my height. No, 65.
There you go.
So my
Okay,
size
so
is 90.
the strength was 65.
No, I haven't rolled yet. I was
Okay.
distracted by conversation. 14 to a 70, which is a fifth.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Exactly.
So taking size into account, you definitely knock Ichnabod down. But you kind of you ever seen it when someone like comes up and grabs your arms and you just kind of kick up? Gideon doesn't go very far. He just kind of bends back, cracks your back a little bit.
Together, you look like a
Perfect.
centaur rearing.
Perfect. I don't know if I have another attack, but
No.
I'm gonna. No, I don't. Okay.
No.
I just give it a big
You're not
hug.
level 5 yet. You don't have your extra attack.
You just give him a little bear hug. So
Well, then I respect that I don't need to touch any of the wet walls or floors. I'm just kind of.
nothing. I don't
air.
understand.
Everything's wet.
Wet?
Eric.
Wet was last
It's a
game.
wet. It's a wet train.
No, you told us. Well, you told us the floors.
Well, the
were
train
getting
is already
soppy, right?
canonically wet. Like,
No, they were like getting
Breaking
thin
branches.
and breaking branches.
No.
Like,
The last room was getting.
dry.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that
thought you
one
were
was getting
saying.
wet.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was getting like it was thin and broken, like water damage, kind of like seepy. Oh,
Brittle.
That's what I heard too.
Brittle and dry.
all right.
I
No
don't.
wonder why you were
Seems like
talking. Why you were walking like a moon man.
Why is everyone damp? God,
Well, because I thought
Kat.
I was like squelching
damp
through
group of
this like
people,
wooden
man.
decaying ground.
No, I'm holding the deep.
I take back everything.
Start
Start over.
All right. So anyway,
Dial it back.
you know what? At this point, I mean, I guess if you all thought it was wet, it can be wet. That's fine. I'll roll with it.
I hope it was wet.
No, I just spit on the ground a bunch.
Oh, perfect. That's it.
I'm still peeing.
I'm still peeing.
He's been peeing this entire time.
The whole time.
This
It was a
game is
lot
off
of
the
vodka.
rails.
He's like a camel. He
Children,
has an air balloon in there.
children.
We have
Cthulhu
lost
must
control.
The game
All
is
right.
on the rails. Technically, the train can't move.
True, we can't go off the rails. You
We've
told
been
us.
railroaded in the truest sense of the word.
Yeah.
Oh, love that for you. All right.
It's your fault
So,
for not killing us all yet.
Scarab goes to box. Lots of kerfuffles. And the Scarab,
I
Goes
step
in the
on
box.
Scarab before it goes to the
No,
box.
it goes in the
No.
box. It goes in the box.
Okay.
Nice.
Do I feel at all
Yeah.
better?
It's so much quieter.
Oh, thank God.
I know. So much
And actually,
quieter.
you'll hear that from Aziz. Like he will just collapse on the floor and pure relief.
So he pees more or less then?
More, oddly enough,
That makes
so
sense.
cozy now.
That makes sense.
You can finally release.
Beautiful. So the box starts to almost hum and vibrate. And you see it is just like a wooden crate. All of the edges start to have like a blue tinge to it, as if there's something like a jack-o'-lantern, like how it lights up from the inside. And a blue light is coming through the lid and the edges and in between the slats of the box.
Can I throw my moving blanket over top of it?
You certainly can.
I'm going to do that because I'm scared.
Okay. There is now a moving blanket on the box, and it continues to vibrate and hum. And from the edges of the blanket, you see a blue light starting to filter through the fabric.
If I see the blue light, I'm gonna Ichabod. It's happening.
Ichabod has already scrabbled backward to put
I have no
all of you
interest.
between him and the box.
I have no
He wants to
interest
see what
in any
happens
of
to you.
this.
He doesn't really care what happens to him at the end of all things, but he just wants to see what happens to you guys first. So we're gonna. Why, yes, indeed, Mr. Thorne. There's blue light coming out of the box. I am very excited to see what happens to all of you.
I am the opposite of excited to see what is happening. I am leaving. Out the door.
Amelie, can you do me a flavor?
No.
And please, I would love you to roll a spot hidden for me.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Are you good at that, Amelie?
It's about 50-50. And that my spot hidden is 50.
Yeah, that's about what I figured.
42.
Nice, dude.
Is it really 50?
Yes.
Oh, nice. That's a success then. So when you first got on the train, it was evening, and you were trying to go over some paperwork and scripts with Claire. I know she's not participating well. And you were going over scripts and things like that, and it started to get darker, and there were kerosene lamps, but there was this beautiful lantern in the middle of the car where it's just dog hour.
O'clock.
In the middle of the car where you were sitting, where the library stuff was, and it had that similar blue glow from the edges.
So there was a lantern in the library car. In the library car with a blue glow.
It was just hanging. Yeah. It had a very similar blue glow to what you're seeing now.
And did that lantern bite me?
No, it did not.
Did that lantern result in any wetness?
It did not. In fact, you finished the script and went to bed without issue.
It was a very normal lantern.
Totally normal lantern.
Maybe that normal lantern can convince this box to be normal. I'm going to go find that normal lantern.
Okay, wonderful. Let me grab it for you.
This is very logical logic that I'm doing. Namely that, listen, a gun's been pulled on somebody. Somebody got fucking pistol whipped. This kid's pissing and throwing blankets everywhere. Ichabod sounds wet as shit. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Very wet,
I did not sign up for this. I was like, I'm going to convince Gideon Thorne to make me a scream queen, and now my shit is fucked.
I know. Great, these guys are crazy. We're the only normal ones.
You, sir, are at least moderately concerning.
For those of you who are enjoying from home, you should know that due to technical difficulties, the train is fine. The camera for the train is not. So here's your little lantern that you find.
I'm going to go into the middle of the train where I'm going to go to the library car and get my blue lamp because
perfect.
No interest in whatever's going on here.
The rest of you are watching this box. Amelie kind of jets out of there. Anyone else want to keep watching the box and see what happens, or does anyone want to leave? Is it scary? I mean, it's a box.
I'm continuing to hold William in front of me as
I'm pretty sure there's a fight going on.
As a meat shield.
There's like a little bit of a struggle happening.
Yeah, I mean,
there is.
Talking pretty normally, but I would like to make another attack.
Yeah. So an attack towards Ichabod or an attack?
There's absolutely no way I'm in range.
Pretty sure Ichabod got kicked back.
Yep.
And then we kind of slid back, but Gideon held me. I think Gideon hasn't done anything, so I don't want to jump the gun.
I'm still holding.
Taken.
Yeah.
So Aziz is gonna look up for the first time with clear eyes and see all of this happening, and see did Ichabod fall down, or was just kind of shoved away?
Just
he's on the ground. I think he got hit hard enough that he is like, so he is in a recumbent position at this point. So he is.
They make bicycles for that.
They do, yeah. He's like back on his elbows. He's scrabbled back a little bit to be away from Gideon and William at
Okay.
this point. Yeah,
So
he's on the ground.
I think Aziz is going to like realize what is going on and what's happened, and firstly grab his dagger off of the floor where he dropped it, scrambling for the scarab. Put it, stash it in his belt, and then take like the filthiest rag, but it's the only one he owns, and try and like cover the wound on Ichnabad's arm, and lift him to his feet, and just say, I'm so sorry, and try to help you up.
He's caught off guard by this. He was locked in on the box when you grabbed him.
I think I would be too. Like, we can still be facing the box, but he's trying to like get you, apologize basically, and get you on your feet.
He'll take the rag from your hand and like press it against the wound so you don't have to worry about it, and let you help him up. And he'll glance down at you and kind of that weird like half smile he does. That's something. Just stay behind me, kid. I think some shit's about to go down.
And he'll just like keep nodding in deference, like I'm so sorry, and like get behind you, and then kind of see what's going on with Cheap and Thorn, and just be puzzled and keep staring at the box.
So at this point we've got Box, we've got Cheap and Thorn, we've got Ichnabad, and then Aziz. Yeah.
Amelie's fucking out of there.
Amelie left. Don't really blame her.
Gideon, what's your intention?
I'm currently just holding in place. I'm just holding, keeping him restrained from doing anything else.
Okay,
that's it.
Where's the gun?
Cool.
Did you grab it, or did you just knock it?
Yeah, no, I disarmed him. I figure I disarmed him and then clocked him in the back of the head, and then
with it,
I don't know, probably with it.
Okay.
Before grabbing him.
So the gun's being held in your hand, and as you're holding me.
Probably not. I probably would have
maybe holding it like it.
Yeah. Barrel in my
barrel.
Of course.
You just got to get your hand around the finger on that trigger, man, or you got him.
So, we'll just retroactively say this: grab the gun, pistol whip you on the back of the head to do that. What kind of weapon is it, or what kind of gun is it?
Like a snub-nosed revolver.
I would have just dropped the so I just would have dropped the cartridge, not the cartridge, but what the hell is it called?
Cylinder.
The cylinder, and just dropped all the ammo out, so it's completely.
The sparkly unicorn part.
Yeah, the sparkly unicorn part. Drop all the ammo, and so it's useless.
We're being judged for authenticity, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I don't want to say
I know it's firearms.
I don't want to say I dropped the magazine and
right.
The magazine and the revolver.
I thought you were a veteran.
I will take the hit.
Get rid of the boomy parts.
I don't know anything about firearms. Now, if we're talking like classic swords, I got this. But firearms, I know nothing. So the sparkly unicorn part goes on the floor. You're holding the sticker.
That's fine. All the ammo clinks onto the ground. That weapon is no longer.
It's just like a sword. There's a handle and a danger end.
Danger end. Perfect.
Reload it every 6 swipes.
Perfect. Love that. Okay, so Mr. Cheap, what is your intention?
Get free. Kick ass.
Cool.
I don't even know whose ass you're trying to kick at this point.
I also
first it's Aziz. No, I'm figuring it out.
We start small.
Okay. Smallest Small
I'm
Work
gonna
our way
start
up.
with the fight I know I can win.
Right.
I'm gonna get that kid.
I gotta. It's
Solid.
all
You get
action
that kid, and
economy.
then
I
where
gotta
did that
lower the
woman
number
And
of
then
go?
I'm gonna beat up the woman, and then
Yeah, I got the
swirly
kid,
old
and then where'd the girl
doctor,
go?
and
Okay.
then the author with the scar on his face.
I
Perfect.
started with
perfect.
3. Next, I could go for the scarab.
You could. I feel like it's in the
Okay.
box at this point. Like it's
So-
all over.
Gideon, I will say, yes, William is still kind of a threat, but he is now disarmed, and he seems to be calming slightly. You can.
That's
certainly
not at
still-
all what's going on. I'm driving an arm up in the middle. I'm making a fist, and I
Whoa,
grab
whoa,
it on the
whoa,
other side and pull
Mister
away.
Pistol whipped
Screw
in the
that.
back of the head. Hold the phone. That you know what? Firearms are glitter and sunshine, but the second we come to head trauma, we're very realistic here.
This is like
Cat
the
knows what
burn
she's
incident.
talking
You got
about.
hit, and it was a
Our last
score.
game.
So you have to deal with that.
I'm so sorry. I
I hear
saw
your
something
dog
horrific.
clattering across the floor.
That's my
I-
dog
I-
actually clattering.
No,
she's
my
dealing
God.
with the guilt of what she's done at this table.
No, my female dog just tried to hump my male cat, and I turned it just a moment that I needed
Hell
to
yeah.
not see.
Nice.
Nature's beautiful.
Anyway,
Love knows
sorry.
no boundaries.
So
I'm glad that
can-
wasn't on stream.
Can
Anyway,
we talk about the box real quick?
yeah, let's
So-
talk about the
The
box.
scarab went into this wooden crate, started
That's right.
glowing blue from all the seams.
Crushed
right?
it.
Was the box open on one side? How did
It
the
seems
scarab
like when
get
it
in the
fell.
box?
So when it fell forward, the lid is cracked a little bit.
Okay, so it made it in there, and then
Yeah.
I threw a blanket over it.
Yep.
Dude, I'm gonna turn to Dr. Olzabel and like real close, hot and breathy. I'm gonna be like, what are we doing about that?
I'm sorry, were you talking to me? I was blowing my nose. I apologize.
Yes, yeah. I said, what are we doing about that?
What are we doing about it? I don't think there's anything we can do except not be in the way when it does whatever the hell it's going to do. So, quick
that-
recommendation: let's get the hell out of here.
That box doesn't look like an artifact. It was supposed to be shiny trash. That looks like crate.
An artifact can be anything, really. What do you mean it's supposed to be shiny? Young man, I feel like you know more than you've let on.
I feel like you don't remember what I told you last episode.
I don't. No, nope, sure don't. I sure don't. Astounded
Sorry,
you thought
trash.
that I would. That was like
It's all
20
an
years
episode.
ago, dog.
He's losing his grasp on reality.
Yeah,
I never had one. Thank you very much.
No, the
we're looking
episode
for
killed.
shiny trash.
Yep.
That's
Oh,
not
right. You were
shiny, that's
looking for shiny
crate.
trash. That's what you said to me, right?
right.
Yeah. And what the hell do you call the scarab? Did you get a
For the
look at it?
scarab to go into shiny trash.
Well, it's shining now.
It is certainly shining now. Who told you it would be
I know
shiny trash?
Okay, I know shiny.
Okay.
That not shiny. That crate.
Okay. Well, sounds like Mr. Cheap needs to get that scarab back out of the box, or we're all gonna die.
Make sure the
Believe-
shiny
believe
trash
me, I'd
is
really
inside
like
the
to.
crate.
Are you willing to take that risk, Mr. Cheap? You're willing to gamble your
You want
life
that?
on whether or not we're being lied to by a child? Sure, awful seems like something dangerous is about to happen with that box, don't you think?
I die anyway. I go look.
No, whoa, no, and like puts a hand on your chest, like no, young man, you are doing nothing of the sort. Mr.
Through my
You were willing to
serious
kill and
concussion.
die over this entire situation not 5 minutes ago. Are you telling me you're chickening out now?
I would say at this point, William, you have more of your wits about you.
Oh, I was thinking I was falling into a deep coma.
I mean,
You
No,
don't
it
get
was
that
one.
easy.
I didn't. I
You
wasn't
don't get the
continuously
easy way out
leading
on
you.
this one.
It wasn't.
Just a wet
was-
moment.
the wettest coma
right.
you've ever
Ben's
seen.
on WebMD for like contusions right now. He's like, I don't know. I should be in a coma.
Pretty sure I'm in a coma and drowning right now. So
Yeah, I have a 2-inch divot in the back of my skull from the handle of a revolver. Like,
And it's
should I-
very wet.
I
WebMD, should
canonically
I?
taste iron, so I should be dead.
Yeah.
How does
actually, the
my-
gun's
how's my
still
deductible
there.
fit into
Is that
this?
weird? All the
Yeah.
bullets are out, but the gun's still in there.
That's
Everything, like everywhere I look, looks kind of like, I don't know, like kind of in a G minor chord.
weird. Why does
All
everything
right,
sound
team.
purple?
So,
No, I was
Amelie,
sent
my
here.
love.
I was sent here to retrieve this package. Of course, I would take it. If you would let me go, ambulance chaser.
I don't even think we have those in the model
I'm
now.
not trying to.
I
be
couldn't think
mean.
of a better term. We're
This
good.
Like, what does
this
an
is a
ambulance
meta
have?
thing. Ben, did
Good
your accent go into a British agent on purpose, or?
No, it changed a little while ago when I
Okay,
was
good.
talking to Ichabod.
But that was a
Yeah.
conscious choice, okay?
Yeah, he was fake.
No, I have a
Very good.
concussion. I'm going out.
Yeah.
Is Punch was Olga
Is the fact that Ben personally cannot do a French accent, he built that into the character.
Hey, he
which
did
I thought
all
was
right.
I thought that was a really
better than mine.
really good choice. I mean, I can't
right.
do a French accent either.
Children.
I didn't try.
Yes, Mom.
My glasses empty.
All right, listen. This is just wild. All right, so box, shaking, light, scary time.
If Gideon lets me go, I'm moving towards it. I mean, the words have been said.
Yep.
You let him go, Gideon?
Have at it.
Good.
Ooh.
My heart. I mean, am I able to? Am I?
He says have at it.
No. I mean, before I tried to though, and I was scared away.
Oh, you can go to the box.
I believe I was wearing my pants, like an undershirt, and my coat. So my
put on a
gun was in
shirt
my
and
coat. I don't think I put it on my shirt. I think I just have like I don't know if they have a tank top or whatever it is. But I take off my coat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, it's already covered with the moving jacket. I mean the moving blanket.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Put another layer
so-
on it. I bet that'll help.
Yeah, that'll do it. Well, you don't understand. My coat's British.
It's cold.
But I'll just walk over. I mean, it's what a moving blanket's for. We'll be fine. I walk over and I try to pick it up.
Pick up
That's
the
what
box.
I'm here for. I try to pick it up. Yeah, I'm gonna go put it in my bag.
It's a big box.
It's like a
No,
Pretty big
a little
fucking
bit bigger
box.
than a
Yeah,
hat
dude.
box.
It's a crate.
no.
So we're looking
That
for
was
it
like a
inside of
proper
hat
crate.
box. This
What
is
you're
a
Oh, I'm
looking
sorry. I
for-
misunderstood way earlier. I thought you said it was a bigger. Okay.
So you are looking for a
Highlight.
hat box.
Yep.
What you have found is a packing crate with this mark on it.
Like a giant hat box.
Yep.
For a really big head. All right. So I'll go over there and try to open it.
Okay. So you take the moving blanket off.
I mean,
I'm taking 3 steps
I
back.
talked all this talk. Yeah.
Okay. I would like you to
This is for the crown, by the way. In case anyone asks.
For the crown.
Well,
I
king,
would-
King and country.
my man.
I would love you to strength for me.
All right.
And it's just to pull the lid off. It's not too crazy.
Double zero is just 0, right?
Mhm.
6,
It
which
depends
is
on what the
below
next
my
number
5th.
is.
So
Perfect.
I think I just decimate the box.
Yeah, dude.
What's the-
crumbles.
Fucking
You
crushed it.
so
Yeah.
when the box fell forward, the front part of it did kind of open a little bit. You can easily put your hand underneath. You rip it open, and there is a black hat box within the crate, and the top is not on the hat box, and it's just blue light, as if there's like a light bulb just in the center of the box. You do not see the scarab.
I turn to the group. My gun's on the ground, and I look and I gesture to Gideon. Like, can I?
Your ammo is all over the floor too.
I understand. May I grab
I
it?
know what I'm about, son.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Oh shit! All right, so I turn back.
I don't know
is
what
there
difference you think it was gonna make.
Is there? I have no idea. Is there a lid inside the box?
No.
Not at all. All right, now I'll take off my coat, put it around the hat box, and pick it up because we're fine. We're fine. We're gonna be okay.
Okay. That's a wonderful choice.
It's all tentative, but I'm trying to act with confidence. It's very obvious that I'm thinking and just saying, this is how I'd act if it was something else. If it was anything else. Okay.
Yeah, you keep looking back, and every
Like
time the three of us
disassociating.
are like, yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
All right.
Yep.
You got it. You
Looks
got
like a
it,
good
man.
idea. You keep going.
William, as you're facing the three of them, you feel that chill run down your spine. You're holding the hat box, and you know that there's something behind you. And you don't know what it is, but there's just a feeling of something behind you.
I look at
And
all
you-
of them. Are they seeing anything?
They're making no different reaction. They're looking at you in the hat box.
Looks good. Doing a good job.
You're doing grand,
do
sir.
I
You're doing
still have-
absolutely grand.
The chill, or do
I-
I still have any symptoms?
You do, but the sound is gone. So you're so chill that the sound is gone. And every time you blink, it's still almost like, you're seeing that flash of the mark, but the rest of the symptoms have died down a little bit.
Okay.
Now being hit in the head, the fear that I'm like what I'm carrying, feeling like I'm just being watched by these guys and watched by something I feel behind me. I take my first step across this like brittle ground, like it's gonna break from underneath me, and I start to like walk towards them. I'm not turning around. I don't understand what's going on, but things are getting weird, and
You notice that there must be a light behind you because your shadow on the ground is elongating as if the light is getting higher or whatever. Is it bigger behind you? And it's closer. And you feel cold air on the back of your neck. Amelie, you are in the kind of library lounge car.
Very normal time. I'm having a very normal, very dry time.
Not in the scary place. And you find that cool kick-ass lantern. It is glowing the same kind of blue as that box. But it seems comforting, like just to have some steady light. It doesn't give you the same ominous feeling.
Did I just grab a blue lantern for no fucking reason?
I mean, are you picking the lantern up like off? It's pretty big.
Like how big? Is this like a large lantern or like
It's a
an
large
unwieldy lantern?
No, it's a large lantern. I would say, I guess
It's not
like
the
the
literal
size-
keychain you held up?
it is, but this to scale of my
It's that
body is
big.
not great.
If you hold it
It's
closer to the
massive.
camera, it looks bigger. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
would say it's probably about half of your torso. It's pretty big.
Yeah. Is
That's
it
a big
warm?
lantern.
It is warm.
Okay. But it's not hot. It's not hot like a kerosene lamp would be. So it's less warm than you would expect a lamp
Yeah.
burning oil to be. Yeah, I'll bring it over. Why not? What can it hurt? I mean, everyone is on the train. Everyone is missing. People are shooting at each other. I certainly can't survive in the wild alone. What am I gonna do? Like eat trees? I don't even know how to eat trees. So I'm gonna bring this lamp back towards
Solid reasoning.
yeah, what am I gonna do? Like even if it kills everyone and the train is stopped in the middle of nowhere, what am I gonna do? I don't even what am I gonna do? Eat snow and tigers? Like I don't know what the fuck to do out here. So I'm gonna bring the lamp back.
So you're bringing the lamp back to everybody
That's
else.
so method.
Right.
Snow and tigers.
It's Austria in the winter. What could possibly happen?
Well, we got on in Istanbul. I did not know it is in the snow.
All right.
Well, tigers for one.
So
Those Austrian snow tigers.
So
The
I
famous
do not know
Austrian
if we are
tiger.
in Siberia or not.
They're shoveling
What do I
their way
look
to
like?
us right now.
What do I look like, a geologist?
Wasn't that Steiger's Tigers or something like that? That's what they were talking about.
anyway, you bring the lantern
Thank you.
and
Back
the
to
blue
the
light.
boys. Maybe the
You
boys
bring-
know what to do with the lantern.
Sure. The three of you, as you see a blue light behind you, and you see your shadows on the floor, and the blue light is coming closer to you as you watch Mr. Cheap with the hat box, and you look down and your shadows are elongating as the blue light comes towards you. What do?
Back up.
Into the light?
What? No, the light's in front of us,
So
right?
you've got a light in front of you from Mr. Cheap, and then you've got a light
And now one
behind
behind
from-
you.
I've
Oh,
brought the
turn
blue
around.
light.
You're being
Turn
Eiffel
around.
Tower.
Yeah, I'll
by the
turn.
way.
Yeah, I'll turn around
100%
and
turn
look
around.
where
Something
that light is
interesting
coming
is
from.
happening back there behind me now.
Okay. Aziz, what are you doing?
So are we this cargo car? Is it like it has these?
You are kind of
shelves?
straddling two cars right now. Mr. Cheap and the box are now about halfway in the cargo car. The rest of you guys are part of the way in the dining car. You're like straddling two.
I'm going to see Miss Laurent coming down the car, and I'm going to get out of the way so I'm not, between them. I'm going to go behind the bar and take a slug of whatever I can find.
Smart boy.
I mean, there is definitely drink to be had. Go for it, man.
Yeah, I'm just getting out of the way, but also trying to calm my nerves.
Okay, so I want a clear picture here. So we have Amelie coming down towards us now, holding a lantern that is almost as large as her body, that is projecting a blue
About
light.
this big, yeah.
Yeah.
It's projecting a blue light that is the same color and hue as the light that is coming out of the box.
You
that-
got it.
Mr. Cheap. So
Unrelated.
unrelated, obviously. So Ichabod looks back at Amelie, sees the lantern, looks back at Mr. Cheap, and goes, "Mr. Cheap, for God's sake, put the box on the ground."
As you turn around, I am halfway bent towards the ground.
Put the box on the ground.
Reaching-
Put the box on the ground and back away from it. I
Now's
don't
not
remember
a
your
time to
name.
drop it
Papillon,
low.
get that lantern over here.
I am not a papillon. And she scuttles over in her little heels and brings the lantern over.
Dr. Olsbel will grab the lantern from her and will approach the box, holding the lantern in front of himself.
Now, sorry, quick thing. As you all turned and surveyed the situation, I did clock that Gideon turned. I did want to lower myself to try to collect the gun and a bullet if possible.
Oh!
I mean, I'll let you get the gun. But you're going to have to take a beat for a bullet.
All right.
Okay.
So when you turned around, I was putting the box down, and hopefully I had the gun under my coat, which is covering the box. But I don't know. You see me grabbing the gun.
There
as I
you
put the
go.
box
We all
down.
watch you pick up the gun. And we're like, Mr.
Hey guys,
Cheap,
just getting my gun.
Just grab a gun.
Mr. Cheap, I
You
think
know.
Unrelated.
Mr. Cheap, I think we are far beyond the work of swords forged of man. We are about to see something truly wondrous.
Do I still feel the cold breath on the back of my throat or the cold
Oh,
air on
yeah.
the back of my neck? Sorry.
Yeah.
If I see him grab the gun, I'm gonna sweep the ground of the bullets away from everything.
I mean,
Fair.
there were only 6 bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do
can
you
get
know
'em
so
all with
much
a
about
shoe.
these sparkly unicorns?
It's very
I-
common knowledge, Cat.
Yeah, it's a revolver. They famously hold 6 bullets. It's like
They're
the
not
thing.
military experts. It's a
Yeah.
simple thing.
Some of them hold more.
It's a
Not-
revolver.
Not that well. It's a snub nose, so no. There
Oh,
aren't
wait, is
any
that
that
the
hold
Russian
more than
roulette
6
one?
bullets.
No, they have some 7s. What's up?
Yeah, but that's a long
Yeah,
barrel revolver.
Cat,
Oh, I didn't know
but
that.
We're not gonna get into it.
yes, it's
Thank
like the
you.
Russian roulette. That's a revolver. It's the
But
thing
what
that
about our
spins
penis
around on the
size?
Yeah, that's
inside.
6. Anyway, what?
Or
I
5
heard
if
you,
you have a
Nick.
women's-sized one.
I heard you.
See, they have different versions.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Kimmy does have a 5 shooter. That's
I do have a
I forgot
5 shooter. I have a
forgot
girly
that was
pop
a
gun.
5. That's really weird.
It is. It's for
We
little
are
lady
some-
hands.
Well, because
Wait,
snub
So
nose-
okay, I was not able to get a bullet.
No.
That's the big
No
thing.
bullets
All
for
right.
Ben.
no, fuck off.
You
Will.
guys turn as you brush those bullets away. The fear that I was already feeling becomes incredibly visible on my face as the final ounces of color drain from it. The only thing I thought is that I could turn around maybe with a bullet in this gun. I look up, I'm grabbing the box and trying to fucking take off through you guys.
So you turn around.
With the
No,
box.
I'm looking at you. There's something behind me
Right,
that I
right.
don't know about, and I'm crouched down now, and I have no bullet. I'll drop the gun and I'll scoop the box and run if possible. Try to, bowl my way through.
So I'm holding the lantern at this point.
Yes.
I will step out of his way and hold the lantern in his path. I want to see what happens when the box interfaces with the lantern. That's all I'm concerned about at this stage. If nothing happens, he can go do whatever the fuck he wants. I don't really care. But I
Okay.
want to see what happens when the box and the lantern interact with each other.
The light gets dimmer as they get closer.
Unrelated.
Interesting. No,
Unrelated.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not going to try and stop him. If somebody else wants to try and stop him, they're more than welcome to.
I'll just put a foot out.
So, clothesline.
Yeah, just a foot. Just a foot. It's like, whoop.
Just a
And
foot.
by God, it's Gideon Thorne with the steel chair.
Steel toe.
With a
So-
steel toe boot.
I mean, sometimes you lean away to a motif, sometimes you lean in. You are noticing in the dining car, as more people are moving towards it, the carpet's getting drenched. You don't know if the snow is melting and leaking in, but it almost feels like you're now sinking into the floor.
What color is the carpet where it's seeping up into our shoes?
It's turning greenish.
Green. Okay. Wow. We're not pink this time. Well, they're at least
No,
Oh,
like
spectrum.
brackish water. It almost smells like old lake
Interesting.
water.
Sorry, did I get tripped?
We haven't gotten there yet.
soggy carpet
Good
though,
job.
because it's the game nobody wins.
Yeah,
Why
I
are
would
you
Why are
wet?
you wet?
it's the worst game that I ever play.
You guys are playing it wrong.
Depends
You
on
don't
who
know
you're
the
playing
rules.
it with,
Damn.
in my experience.
It involves a cat with Down syndrome and questionable love for
Dear
toilet.
Lord. Whether or not that's a euphemism, I don't want any part.
No, it's all too real. I would like Mr. Cheap to roll a dex for me.
Heard. 44 to 65.
Okay. That took me a minute to digest. Thank you. So you trip, but you can catch yourself. And you end up like 3-point landing almost, like a little trippy. Your knee goes down into this brackish water now, but you do maintain a hold on the box. Now that you're past the lantern, the light is glowing again.
So I'm
It kind of-
past everyone. Everyone else
You
is
are.
You're
Yep.
not past
So-
me. I'm in the
Car,
dining
right?
car.
Whoa, wait. So when the box and the lantern got close, which light dimmed? Both
Both
of
of
them?
them. Both of them dimmed for a second.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Can you give us, because this is almost continuously like a marching order, can you give me the lineup now?
So
Someone just said they're in the dining car too, and I don't understand the cars.
So I would say at this point, the only person who is in the kind of like storage car is Ichnabod with the lantern, because he was walking towards the box. So Ichnabod with the lantern, and then Gideon in the dining car, followed by Amelie in the dining car, followed by you, Mr. Cheap Now, and Aziz in the dining car.
Oh,
If he
okay.
made it through everyone, I was gonna throw a bottle at his head. So
Okay.
Based.
yeah.
Can
I like
you
That's great,
That's-
because my other thing
that's
is once
my
I get to
boy.
Aziz, I want to get that knife.
Good luck.
Oh my god.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god.
Can you roll a throw for me, Aziz?
I can. I
What are
actually
you, SA?
specialized in it.
I like how from the outside, like, oh my god, yeah, Dr. Ichabod, he's such a weird creep, and then William Cheap, this episode,
31.
like, I'm gonna literally
And I
murder
needed a
a child
45, so it's not half.
live
but
in
it's a
front of
success.
everyone.
You get hit in the temple with a bottle.
Head wounds don't do anything. This is fantasy.
Clearly not.
Well, they cancel each other out. Like, he's had one
we
already.
go.
It's Gilligan's Island rules.
Yeah.
I'm
So you
actually
get hit
tougher
with
for the first one.
and then
Hit him
the
on the
second
other
one
side.
cancels out the effects of the first one.
Right.
I've
This
learned
is-
things.
This is just science. Really.
So I was going to either try and throw one under his feet so he would like banana peel, but I thought it would be more likely that I would hit him in the head. So my first instinct was not to damage him, if that's possible.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you explain what just happened? I got hit in the bottle, but it wasn't. I mean, in the head with the bottle,
So
but it
I
wasn't.
was trying to like
damaged?
throw a bottle under your foot so you banana peel and like slip because I wouldn't want to throw a bottle at your head. So
I'm
that was
I'm
a
a
throw. I was hoping not to hurt you.
So it's not a hard throw. It was more of like a lofted kind of thing. So yeah, you feel it and you're like, what the fuck? But it's not gonna like cut your head open.
Right. I was just trying to stop him in his tracks. Did that work?
Perfect.
Also, how wet is this dining car?
It's getting pretty
It's as
wet.
wet as you want, baby.
Like, you're saying it's getting, like, does it feel like we're sinking into water?
Yeah.
Okay.
All of us? All of us?
Yeah. It's now about ankle deep in the car.
but
yeah.
but not me, right?
But not you. Nope.
Okay. Huh.
Um,
Interesting.
Going-
Is it cold? How
Yeah.
cold is this? It's like
It's
cold.
real
It's like
cold.
ice cold. It's like
It's
melting snow
cold.
cold.
Wait,
And
not
it's brackish.
Ichnabod because he's in the other car? Or
He's in the other car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
it's not a shared delusion? Okay.
And he looks
Well-
dry.
I will
Well,
say, Ichnabod, you can see the water level rising and see the car slowly going down.
And
You're
Ichnabod
nice.
is
actually
dry.
a little bit higher.
So they're sinking.
They
into
are
the car.
sinking.
It's not like there's liquid
Slow.
rising in the car. Okay.
No,
understood.
the
I'm
whole
going towards
car
I'm
is
going towards
sinking.
Ichnabod. His shoes look dry.
I will lean out and hold the lantern out.
What's going on with Cheap? Did he stop in his tracks or is he still charging?
No, I just got hit with a bottle. I'm going for your knife. I do a takedown, like a wrestling takedown, where I drop onto my left knee,
William
I
Cheap
slide forward, I
desperately
bring up
wants
my
to
right
fight
knee,
a child.
Okay.
grab your knife. That's no, I'm
Agent-
just going for the knife.
Mr.
Then the
Chief,
neck break, but first the knife.
but I need to know where's the box.
The box is in my left arm. I dip down with my left leg, sliding across the ground. My right leg comes around, stands back up as I go for
Through
the
the
normal
bar?
takedown. Swinging around, I try to grab the knife off of the. I think I'm assuming. Where is the knife on you, Aziz?
In
I
my
was assuming
belt.
it was on your hip or back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to grab that with my right hand as I'm like holding
All
the
right,
box.
can you
in
roll
my
for
left.
me a brawl?
Heck
Also
yeah!
the only possession of a street kid, so I'm not gonna let it go lightly.
I know.
So okay, so this is a question I have. My brawl, I have my damage listed on my
Yeah.
sheet that you can't see, but
Absolutely.
I don't know actually what skill to roll.
Fighting, which is a brawl skill.
Where is my fighting skill?
It should be at the bottom under
Got it.
weapon.
That is a 60 to 70. 70 is my skill. 60 is what I got.
Okay. So you can, excuse me, get to the knife. However, I would like Aziz to roll me some strength.
Can I use dexterity?
Bring it on, kid.
No,
No.
I'll let you use power. Power
Okay.
strength.
Difference. Okay, I guess.
The 3 letters in front of the
Yeah.
number.
So 46, and I needed a 60.
Okay. Yeah, he can keep that knife from you. That is his only worldly possession he loves.
Perfect. If you're as I grab this knife and continue to kind of slide across the ground, I will put my left hand out. The box is yours, kid.
I don't accept it.
Fuck. Well, I'm looking back down now towards everyone. This is the first time. This is the first time I've now looked back and I can see everyone in front of me, including potentially whatever I felt behind me. Do I still feel it behind me?
Oh yeah.
I don't like this.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna take out my second dagger.
I see it.
Oh my god, he had 2 all along.
I had more than 2.
William, nobody wants this fucking box, buddy. Like everyone wants
I kinda want
less
the
to.
box.
Nobody wants the box.
I kind of want the
I mean,
box.
I want the box, but I was okay with
All
the
right.
kid dying.
Wow.
I will say
All
I
right.
have a carving knife and a switchblade now.
All right. So you turn around behind you towards the storage car.
Yeah, I'm looking down the whole. I was really my whole everything that I've trained for would suggest that my threat would continue to be behind me once I did this spin, and now I would have
Yeah.
everyone else behind me.
No, it's pretty scary. There
Who
you
trained
don't. You look behind you, and you knew whatever was behind you was big, but you didn't expect it to be that big.
Oh boy!
You know what? We're done. The game is over. You all die.
Fair enough.
Woo!
He's waist high to Aziz right now.
Someone call Sarah J. Maas. Kat is coming for her title.
Jesus Christ.
I'm a young lady, not a subway tunnel.
What?
So the
Cammy got
scary
it.
creature,
Somebody out there got it.
the scary creature encompassing the entire train, which does not look phallic at all, in any way, shape, or form.
Mostly the shape and the form and the
Okay.
yeah.
We're
It's
good. We
not
got it.
bigger than you thought. It's just big enough.
I've
Guys,
gotten the
it's a
same
really
review.
Scary monster.
No, I'm terrified.
Size of the monster.
All right.
Popping the balloon with humor.
So you turn around. You do not see Ichnabod. You see instead a very, very massive shadow. And it looks as if Ichnabod is like a blue outline within it from him holding that lantern. It's almost ethereal. It's dark, like dark smoke, but it is taking up the entire car. And wisping tendrils of the smoke come down from it, almost tentacle-like, and come out the windows. And it is slowly advancing on you as you see it. And you just feel an urge to push the box towards it. Maybe the light will stop it. If it's dark, then you just need to bathe it in the light.
One more time. I understand that that's what my brain might be telling me. but I'm gonna try to follow my mission and put the box behind me. And hold the dagger up.
I would love you to roll.
So are we holding hands on my dagger now?
Yeah,
No, I have your first knife.
No, you
No,
don't.
you don't.
No, you didn't.
I thought you said I have first knife.
No.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you said I had first knife. Sorry. I have no knife.
No knife.
I break your neck.
He made control.
You know what? Roll a psychology for me.
Oh, yeah, that's going to work.
Can I see this creature too?
No.
Okay. If I did, I'd give you the knife.
This is wild. I rolled a 17. My psychology is 10, so I would have to use 8 luck to make that a success, correct?
Correct.
I'll use 8 luck to make that a success, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make that success. You can move the box behind you. That does not stop the shadows advancing, though. It is getting closer, and you just feel frantic, but you're frozen. Aziz, you see all the color drain from William's face, and he's now holding the box behind him, and he is just looking into nothing.
I'm gonna put one of the bottles from the bar to his lips. Just thinking that might help.
As you slowly interact with this statue, the box starts to hum, and you hear the scratching again.
Fuck.
And you feel something small climb out of the box. And it's the scarab like before.
Mm-hmm.
It's climbed right out of the hat box, and it climbs onto your wrist and slowly skitters up your arm.
Try and do a good thing, man. Can I grab it?
You can.
I would like to grab it and put it back in the box.
I would love for you to roll a sanity roll for me.
Fuck.
Shouldn't have bugged it.
No, I did not do great. I can't luck that, can I?
You can, but how many points you got?
Oof. I've got enough, but I'd be losing a lot. I rolled a 78, and I need 55. So that'd be.
You can blow them all if you want.
That's a lot of luck. How much luck do you have left?
I have 45 luck left.
Just
Bro,
send
this
it.
bitch is about to
Just
eat your
send
heart.
it.
This bitch
Go
is about
for
to
it,
eat
dog.
your fucking heart. Go.
I'm gonna use 27 luck,
Okay.
leaving me with 18.
Okay. You grab the scarab, and when you grab it, it starts to burrow in your hand. And just like wearing a sleeve that's too tight, it starts to go under your skin, up through your arm, and it is now crawling up the other arm.
And that's a success?
That's success. Yeah, you don't see the scary Cthulhu monster. You just get.
I mean, it didn't immediately kill you, so it's.
I would like to cut it out of my arm.
I would
Yes!
love that for you.
Yes, dude. Oh my
Yes.
god.
It's Saw.
If need be, I will cut my arm off.
Okay.
God, I love this kid.
So we've got Mr. Cheap frozen in fear, seeing some sort of shadow. We have Ichnabod holding a lantern. We have Amelie watching Aziz grab the scarab, hold it in his hand, and take a knife and plunge it into his arm.
Am I seeing the thing go under his skin, or is he just holding the scarab?
He's just holding the scarab.
He's holding it, and he just stabs himself
right in the arm. Mr. Cheap is frozen, and Gideon, it's at this point where you actually hear Maurice, but he sounds really far away. And you look over to the window right by the bar, and you just see really pale, still the marks on him with the big slash and everything. And he's facing the window, and he's so quiet because he's so far away. And he goes, "Run." And that's where we're going to end for tonight, everybody.
Yay.
Have you ever been trip sitting? Have you ever been sober when everyone else is just rat fucked on acid?
Never once in my life.
So everyone, thank you for once again joining Call of Cthulhu. We will be wrapping this mini campaign next Monday. So I know you didn't see us for months, and now you see so much of us. We will see if there are any survivors next week. I thank you all for coming and participating. Also later this week on Wednesday on Twitch, we have I think it's Fandelver.
Mhm.
And then there are still tickets available for our event at Conduit this weekend. So you can go to Adventures on Tap. Is it aotorlando.com/events and buy some tickets to come play in
/
person. / It's one of the slashes.
correct
Try
itself.
both. It'll figure it out. But thanks for coming. We will see you next week for the finale of Cthulhu. Bye,
One-
guys.
But hey,
One
real
quick note.
quick.
Oh,
Real
we have a
quick.
quick clip.
2 things it sounds
What
like.
time-
Skylar, go ahead.
Yeah, what time is y'all stream on Wednesday?
7:30.
7:30.
Eastern.
We've got a stream on Wednesday at Stronghold D&D. It'll be the Knights of Maelstrom as we're getting close to the end of our Storm King's Thunder campaign. So check us out on Wednesday at 8:30. So I just want to make sure.
Ooh.
2 windows at once.
Sweet dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo,
There
just
you go.
watch both at the same time. It's fun.
Yeah, right.
Do
Also,
we have AOT branded ponchos for the next one?
yeah, sure. Umbrellas. As many of you see down in the lower part of your Twitch screen, we are supporting Child's Play for this stream. So please, if you can, donate to Child's Play. It goes directly to them 100%. And we really love them and appreciate anything you can spare. Additionally, we do have a Patreon for those of you watching us but can't be in Central Florida to support us. If you want to see more of this content, go to patreon.com/adventuresontap, and you will see everything we have there. So when this ends, we're going to cut to and thank our Patreon members for helping sponsor this stream.
Yay.
Thank you, everybody.